morning, I'm Rose Picard. This is Godly Play for Sunday, September 13th. This is the desert. It's not the whole desert, it's only a piece of the desert. We need part of the desert because so many important things happened there to the people of God. The desert is a really dangerous place. There's no food, there's no water. People die without food and water. Nothing grows there. So when the wind blows, the shape of the desert changes. People lose their way. The desert is a very dangerous place. People do not go there unless they absolutely have to. It takes a lot of courage to go to the desert. The people of God were living in a place where the rains did not come, the crops had no water, so they couldn't grow. There was no grain to grind to make bread, everyone was hungry, and the children cried in their sleep. So their mothers and fathers decided to go to a new land where there was food. They had to go even though it was across the desert. Their journey began. It was hard in the desert, but they kept going towards the land called Egypt. In the land of Egypt, the king was called a Pharaoh. When the people came into the land of Egypt, they found food and work, but the Pharaoh trapped them. They could not go home again. They had to do what the Pharaoh said. They had to live where the Pharaoh said. They even had to get up and go to bed when the Pharaoh said to. They had to eat what the Pharaoh said. They had to do the work the Pharaoh said. They were slaves. One of the people, whose name was Moses, came to the Pharaoh and said, "Let my people go." The Pharaoh said no. Moses went back many times to tell the Pharaoh to let his people go. But the Pharaoh always said no. Then many strange things happened in the land. But the Pharaoh always said no. Then something terrible happened. The oldest boy in each Egyptian family, even the family of the Pharaoh, died. The oldest boys in the families of the people of God, though, did not die, because the people made a mark on the door of their houses. They put the blood of a lamb there, and the angel of death passed right over them. When Moses went back this time and said, "Let my people go," the Pharaoh said yes. The people began to hurry to get everything ready. They packed all they could carry, and they baked bread for the journey. There was no time to put leaven in the bread and let it set so it would swell up and get big and fluffy like the bread you buy in the store. It was flat. You can still eat this bread today. It's called matzo. Whenever you taste it, you can still taste the story. The people went as quickly as they could. They were afraid the Pharaoh would change his mind. Suddenly, they heard the sound they did not want to hear. The Pharaoh's army. The ground began to shake. The army was coming after them. The beating of the horses' hooves sounded like thunder, and the rolling of the chariots were very loud. The army of the Pharaoh pushed the people of God towards the water. They did not know what to do. God came so close to Moses. Moses came so close to God that he knew how to take the people through the water into freedom. The people moved quickly through the water. Some looked scared, some looked very confused, and some of the people just looked extremely happy. When all the people were safe on the other side, the water closed behind them, and they were free. The army of the Pharaoh could not get them. Now, all the people were free on the other side. They were so happy that they just had to give thanks to God. I wonder what your favorite part of the story was. I wonder what part of the story is about you or who you are in the story. I wonder if there's a part of the story we can leave out and still have all the story that we need. Thank you for joining me for Godly Play. Have a blessed week.